What up, peeps? It's the dude, Beast Mode Gaming. Okay, so this is X-Plane 11. It's a flight simulator game, and it's supposed to be the latest and greatest of this sort of thing. So, I really enjoy these types of games, all simulation games, really, like Formula One simulator, forklift simulator, crane simulator. Doesn't matter what simulator, I like it. Okay, sweet. So this is going to be a little, I wouldn't say a tutorial because I'm not really showing you how to do something. I'm just showing you how I do something. So if you want to do it like me, just do it like me. If you don't, then don't. You know, it's all good. Nobody's forcing you to watch this shit. If you want to watch it, sweet, stick around. And if you don't, well, don't be a troll and freaking troll the shit out of my comment section. You don't got anything good to say, don't say shit. Okay, sweet. Let's get into it. So what I'm going to do is fire this thing up. It's going to be fun. Quite a nice little startup procedure, and then we'll do a very short flight. Well, I say very short, it's probably going to be about 30 minutes, I reckon, something like that. It's going to be a long ass video, I guess. So it's going to be from Gatwick Airport to Manchester Airport. I know Manchester Airport, you know, it's a very big plane to be going to Manchester. To be honest, it's just a game. I'm not trying to do this shit as realistic as possible, so just bear that in mind. It's just a game. Just relax, you know. I've been watching quite a few videos on this, and the comments section is shocking. Everybody thinks they're some sort of veteran of like 36 years of experience under their belt, like freaking 30-year-old Dr. Mott with 46 years of flying experience under his belt. So yeah, none of that shit. I will literally block you from my channel and the comment section. Just putting it out there. Okay, sweet. Let's do it. So we're going to go inside and we're going to fire this beast up. That is a shit ton of buttons. Look at all that shit. Okay, so this is my flight procedure. There we are. We fire that shit up. And we can do, I did turn that on, yeah. Let's fire those up, let's fire those up. Don't ask me what any of this shit does. I saw somebody do it on a video and I was like, alright, no worries, I can do that. So I know all these go on except for the overloads. And I can live with that shit, that's all good. That's all good. I like to put that shit on navigation. Okay, then what we want to do is turn these on. Got to have an engine bleed valve. I like to set these to normal because, well, normal is awesome. That's all on. So to be honest, I don't give a shit about the lights. It's not dark outside. This isn't some realistic freaking flight shit. If it's not dark, I don't put the lights on, so suck it up. Save your tears for your pillow. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, cool. Let's turn these on, because they look like they need to be turned on. So that's all the switches on the top section. Just make sure all the right stuff. So that's all turned on, that's all turned on. And now there's 4 more switches down here. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. And some people say you have to first click this one and then you have to wait for it to spool and click. To be honest, this is how I start the engine. So I just go turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on. There we are. Suck it up. That's how it goes. You want to see that shit spooling? I'll show you it. Slowly but surely, there they go. It'll take a little while for that shit to sort of cook, if you catch my drift. Okay, so that's like watching paint dry. So while we go through that shit, we'll set the this FMS thing. Now I've already created a custom flight. If you want to know how to create a custom flight, that's pretty much the only thing I really know how to do. I created a custom chart, if you like, and incorporated it into the game. So now what I do is I just click on that right there, and if it says over here your information's out of date, just click CLR. Then what we're going to do is go to the flight plan, go to the route menu, go to the company route list, and there it is, Gatwick to, you can't read the rest, but that says Gatwick to Manchester. So if I click on that over there, you can execute it. I guess the light wasn't blue, so you didn't have to execute it, but if I go to the legs, you can see over there. So that's the legs. 1 mile, 11 miles, 156 miles. It's going to be a pretty straightforward flight. So what I'm going to do is, you can see over here my little flight plan. I'm going to take off, and then the plane's going to turn, and then it's going to go like en route. You'll see, it'll be awesome. Okay, sweet. So now I'm going to unleash these flaps. I think I always bring it down to 10. Probably 5 will do, but I like that shit on 10. Yep, it's going down to 10. Everything's looking in order. I'll take the parking brake off. You couldn't see I turned it off because I've got a joystick. It's a Logitech Extreme 3D Pro. Since I have Microsoft Flight Simulator. So I wouldn't say I don't have any flying experience. I do, but in a different game. So if you check on my Steam, I've probably spent about 15 minutes in this game so far. So this is going to be exciting. I'm really sorry if you can hear quite a racket, but there's a train going past my house. I live on a river, and then on top of the river there's like a railway station. Well, not like a station, more like a railway track, which goes to the station, which is about, I don't know, half a mile away from my house, something like that. So I get quite a lot of trains. Sweet, let's do this. So the little brake is down. The flaps are set, everything is set, and okay, let's, oh shit, I knew I forgot something. That wouldn't have been cool, would it? I forgot to set this shit, because I'm not obviously not going to hold my joystick for like 2,000 years. So we'll turn that on. We're going to adjust this shit. I'm not going to fly very high, I don't think it's necessary. Let's turn this shit down to like 5,000 feet. I guess so you guys can see a bit of the ground. That's still a little bit high actually. The speed, I'm going to turn that shit right up because we ain't nobody got time for that. Catch my drift? 350 will do. There we are. Speed is looking good. We'll turn that shit on. And then in order to actually use your navigation system, you need to use that LNAV over there. When you use LNAV, whatever's in this bit over here will be sort of your main like thingy that you're like flying with. So you're not like going on the heading or anything like that. It's going to be sweet. Okay, cool. Less talky, more fly. Let's do this shit. So we're going to just turn this up a little bit. So I don't like to go full throttle like right away. I like to sort of turn it up a little bit, let it like catch up. Pretty much like that. And then we're just going to take off. So now I'm going to go full throttle. That shit's good now. That was a fairly uneventful takeoff. Pretty smooth, I guess. You can turn the flaps, put the landing gear away. That shit's looking in order now. Okay, now I really need to turn on my autopilot shit. That was pretty easy. Don't know what the hell that was. Yeah, get rid of that shit. And there it goes. So the bank limit, if you want your plane to do like a bigger bank, you can do. That is over here. Mine's set to auto, so it'll bank like a shit ton if it needs to. But it's all good. No stress. Cool, look at that. Now my plane's going to make this turn right there. Yep, it's quite a steep little turn, look at that. If you want to see it from the outside, we can do that. Check how cool this looks, I found it. It's the speed brake, so if I click that, pretty cool, isn't it? Not that we want to do that, but, and I'll show you the landing gear also, because that's pretty cool. If I do that, wheels come out. pretty sweet. I like it. Graphics is pretty good. One thing that annoys me is that it doesn't support SLI. So if, like me, you've got like multiple GTX 1080 graphics cards, don't even think about being able to use them, because you literally can't. There's no SLI support as from the date I released this video. I've tried everything. It just doesn't happen. So back inside, about 350 knots, I think they call it, knots, some shit like that. And then you can see my plane's going to line up on that purple line, pretty much. Okay, so now it gets pretty boring because there's quite a long leg. So let's see how long before. So we're talking 150 miles pretty much. That could take a while. So any lag you see is because I'm recording this video in the background and it's in 4K and it's in the highest possible settings. So yeah, there may be like a little glitch every here and there, but to be honest, even when I'm not recording, I've noticed that. And well, it's got to be the game, I guess. I mean, unless a GTX 1080 can't run this in max settings, which is possible. I mean, it's a newish sort of a game, I guess. And also the fact that I'm flying so low means this has to load like a lot of ground detail, if you see what I mean. So from this point you can skip ahead if you want. I'm sure you're not going to want to hang around and watch this part of the flight, and I'm not going to pause it. So I'm just going to let it go however long it takes, Pretty smooth. Last night I wanted to make this video, but to be honest, I like sat down and sort of turned on my OBS software, and I was like, man, I just can't be bothered. So I just watched YouTube videos. Okay, so let's maybe set this a little bit higher. Let's mess around with it. How about that? Let's go to 10,000 feet. If not, why not? Okay, so something I found, if you, now I know like in the beginning of the video I said, to be honest, if it's not dark I'm not going to use the lights, but I did try to do a flight in the dark one time, and if you want to find out where the bastard lights are, because it took me ages to find these lights, they're over here. You can hit storm on if you want, and that will put like the floodlights inside here on max, so you can see right away. Or you can come up to the top of the screen here, and if you click on view, where the bastard hell is it? I don't have any mods, by the way. There's supposed to be like a torch or something. Toggle, no, it's not that. I'm pretty sure there's like a little red torch. I have the button programmed to my joystick, so if I hit the button, I'll hit it now. If you look on my mouse pointer, there's like a red light. You can just see it sort of going around my mouse pointer, and that's what allows you to see in the dark. So right away just hit storm on, then you can adjust these over here. So these are the panels. So if you turn the shit onto the max, that'll literally turn the lights on. These domes, they'll already be on max because storm is on. So if I do that, see it went max off, that's what it does. Okay, so that's like the little background pieces on here, and then the top switch, that's the physical light shining on, like, so it brightens the whole thing up. So you can turn that like that if you want to, and there's that one over there. And there's two switches over here once again. You can do both of them if you want to. then there is one down here. There's a map light if you want your map to light up, and then you got that one over there. So that's this panel over here. So all these little writing and all the shit, that's what this shit does. Turn that onto there, turn that onto there, and then once you've done that you can turn storm off, and then all these lights shining on here, they'll be gone, and only the cool shit you'll be able to see, like this writing, the knobs you can see, and it looks like really awesome in the dark. So now I can turn storm off. Was off, but anyway, it's light outside, so you catch my drift. Sweet. I like this game. I like it a lot. Any flight simulator, any simulator. Let's look how many miles. 120 miles, so we've done 30 miles. Not bad. I wish I could fly faster. Let me maybe just turn this up just a little bit. Maybe 360, how about that? I don't think that's asking too much. Or is it? We're at 10,000 feet, so there's a lot less lag now, as you can tell. So any sort of juddery stuff now is purely due to my joystick at this moment. You want to know how to zoom in and out of your plane? It is literally comma, that's zoom out, and full stop or period if you're in the US. That is zoom in. So zoom out, zoom in, some of that shit. Pretty awesome. I like it. And then the left and right arrows, up, down. That's how you control that shit. Looks glorious. Oh, I wanted to see if I could look in the window and see any of my passengers. Cool, there's me. Probably the dude. Yeah, it's the dude with the shades. Check that dude out. Thinks he knows some shit. You have to bust his hip. Check him out. Dude thinks he knows some shit. To go back inside, you just hit W. If you haven't changed any of your key bindings. The only key bindings I changed was one for that torch I told you guys about, which lets you see in the dark, and I unbind the Q button for my push to talk. Otherwise you're going to hear my breathing and sort of like mic noises and shit. So not cool. Yeah, it's going to take a while, I guess. Maybe I should. The problem is, it's such a big ass plane, you can't really fly any closer because the airports are so small you can't land. What you can also do if you want is you can save your flight. There we are, flight saved. So say for example you speed down there and crash and die, you can just load and just carry on where you left off. Look how stable it flies. It just flies so stable. I love it. Just recently I went from here in the UK, because that's where I live, to Dubai, and we went on an A380 Airbus, and the oh man, it was terrible. The flight was up and down, it was bumpy, and when the dude landed the plane, I think he bent the front wheel because it was wobbling like crazy after it landed. The dude hit the ground so hard I thought he was going to snap the front wheel off. Funny enough, it was a South African pilot, because I'm South African, so I was like, check that dude out. That dude thought he knew some shit. I haven't got that many hours in Microsoft Flight Simulator. It's probably something like 50 hours, something like that, which is by no means a long time. I spend most of my time playing a game called The Secret World, or Secret World Legends as they call themselves these days, and I've done about 6,000 hours in that game. Between myself and my wife, it's about 13,000 hours. A long time to play a game, if you ask me. Let's have a little look around this plane while we're here. So there's something here. It says HYD brake press. I don't know what the fuck that is. So it's not that. No. That's definitely not that. So what the hell is it? And this thing over here, what the hell is that? Oh, check this little knob out. What's that do? See, there's so much stuff that I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't do shit. Well, I haven't noticed that doing shit. What about that? Nothing? Nope. Still in the air, so it can't be that bad. Who knows? So these things, to be honest, I always say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So just don't randomly click on shit. I know that disables or disengages the autopilot. So I've done that. It's quite funny. Shall we do it? Let's simulate some shit. I hit that, turn that shit right off. See, that shit's all turned off. Now my plane could go anywhere or do anything. Shit is not cool. That was pretty stable. I wish there was a way I could fast forward time. I know in Flight Simulator you can. There's a button you can press that allows you to go faster. So if you know what that is, just send me a message in the comments, because I'd love to be able to speed this up. There has to be a way. I refuse to accept the fact that there's no way to do that. So that pauses it. Won't be in there. Who knows? Maybe there's no way to do it. So what I'm going to do is change this over here. Oh yeah, and since we're non-smokers, let's turn that shit on. And let's buckle these bastards up. We don't want them running around in our shit. All these buttons, look at all this random shit. It's like radio stuff. So let's check what happens. Say for example this engine dies. What happens? Am I still on my flight plan? Looks like it. That just means that engine's bullshit. We don't need it. Look at it bringing itself back in over there. See that? Brought itself back in. There's that engine. He's totally shutting down. Look at it. If you look on there, my plane is physically, it's banking. But still flying straight. That's because this pilot dude knows some shit. Well, it's the autopilot. We can turn that bastard back on. That should straighten it back up. Yep, there it goes. Let's try a different engine. Let's try one of the inner engines. Well, no, let's try two. Let's try two inner engines this time. Let's see what happens. See if we can maintain speed. So yeah, the speed's climbing. Look, it's looking pretty good. We're like full throttle though. So you'll see there, that exhaust gas temperature stuff, that's going like right up. It's not red yet, but it's pretty good. I wonder if that's turned them off. Let's go look outside. I wonder if they still turn. Yeah, they do. But not quickly. I wonder if I can turn those ones off completely. It'd be so cool. So down to 21 on there. Does that mean it's off? I actually know how to turn them off completely. I know how to turn all the engines off. I bet it's those. Maybe those. I don't know. Shit. Let's go check it out. Nope, still spinning. Or maybe they don't stop because we're flying. I guess the air passing through will cause them to turn. You can tell I'm super bored, can't you? Yeah, so they're basically almost barely not there. Got something. Where is it? They're okay. They're okay. Oh yeah, the bleed valves. Not the bleed valves. Cut-offs. Yep, and they're coming back. Okay, so I'm approaching my turn. That was actually, that was quicker than I thought. Or maybe I just talked way more than I thought. Yeah, that was probably it. So you can see on this little flight thingy over here that we're going to make a 90-degree turn. I did that on purpose so I can fly straight into the airport. My landing's not going to be pretty, but holy shit, it's going to be fun. So what I like to do is, I like to lower the plane, so let's go down. Bring it down to about, let's go 800. And what we'll do is we'll do the air brakes for this. We'll slow the plane down because we don't want to be flying too, we want to be low enough. Let's bring it down to about 220. What I'll do is, yeah, it's slowing down nicely. Let's drop the flaps to 5 and that'll help us slow down. I know I'm going way too fast to be adjusting the flaps, but fucking who gives a shit. Slow down more. Let's bring the landing gear down. I don't know if that slows us down, but it should do, I guess. Bring our asses right down. Yeah. It'll level out in a minute, just relax. No faith. Just in time to make the turn. Now I'll turn the air brakes off. We'll put the landing gear back up, I guess. We've still got a little while to go. So it'll make that 90-degree turn, and then we'll basically be exactly lined up for the runway. So we're going to land on the runway on the left hand side. We'll just go in there and land. It'll be awesome. Geez, now that I've adjusted the speed, it feels like we're going pretty damn slow. Let's go a little bit faster. So let's do 250. So it can make these turns with ease. Also, let's bring our asses down to about there. So that should line up there nicely, and it is. And fairly soon we'll see the runway down there. It'll be awesome. So what I'm going to do is just before I'm about to land, I'll turn these off, and then I'll hit disengage at the last second, and then I'll physically manually land the plane. So I've been trying to find out if there's a way to completely take off and completely land with autopilot, but again I haven't figured out how to do that. If there's any veterans watching this who know how to do this shit, hit me up, god damn it. Or even better, make a damn video on it, because I can't find a single video in Microsoft Flight Simulator you can physically take off and land with the autopilot. You can literally just kick back and the plane takes off, lands, does all that shit. It's quite smart. But I haven't found out how to do that in this game. And I know in real life you can do that shit. There's a dude I work with. His son is an airliner pilot for EasyJet. And he's told me that you can definitely. He's flown just about every type of commercial airliner that there is. Okay, so it's a bit hazy, but I think the runway is going to be here somewhere. There. Is that the runway? Quite possibly. Could be. Shit. Who knows? Let's lower our asses one more. Okay, it wants a landing gear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the sucker down. So I'm going to bring the flaps down. I've got to lower the speed of this shit. We're going too goddamn fast. There we are, we're lining our asses up nicely. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do that, and I'm going to do that. And I'm going to disengage this shit. Still a little bit too high, but it's all good. I'll land the sucker, you'll see. I'm coming in nose first. Check this shit. That's how I roll.
400.
It's quite joyful. Enjoy it.
300. 200.
Okay, so the auto brakes are set. Everything is set, really. I just need to bring this sucker down, and I will.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
That's full reverse thrust. Cool, not bad. I've definitely seen worse. I can put those brakes down. I've definitely seen worse. And there she is. My quick-ish sort of a flight in the grand scheme of things from Gatwick to Manchester. I can put those back up too now, since we don't need those flaps and shit. The flaps take so long on this plane, but it looks cool. I like it. Yeah, the detail's pretty sweet. So you'll see those little flaps fold in there in a second. There they go. Sorry it was such a long video. Sorry I was blabbering on, but yeah, if you managed to stick around this long, then well done. Shit, Use heavy metal. Cool, look at that. Can turn the wheel. Shit's pretty cool. I like it. Anyways, that'll be the end of the video. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll catch you dudes on the flip side. Damn right. See you later.